Are you finding all this your party stuff happening today really, really confusing? You know what? Let me sum it up for you in nice, simple, plain English. None of that jargon that they like to throw at us. So it started last night when certain members of SWP, which is a Socialist Workers' Party, they had their membership revoked. It was literally like these emails went around going, you cannot come tomorrow, you cannot come, bye, doors are closed for you. So there was this whole uproar on X when people were like, wait, I thought your party was supposed to be inclusive of all socialists and all people from the left. What's going on? So then we get to this morning now and we start to see that people are not being let in. So there's a local councillor from Lancashire, Michael Lavalette, I think that's how you say his name. Well, he was denied entry because he's part of Counterfire. But then there's receipts going around on the internet where Reese, I forgot his name now, the guy from Counterfire, Reese, he sent a message, a WhatsApp message to Jeremy Corbyn saying, is membership to Counterfire a problem? Jeremy's like, no, my friend, come on, true. Oh, by the way, can you link me up with this woman that was speaking at this event? Favor. Okay, but when he got there, he wasn't let in. Eventually, after articles were released by The Canary and other publications, he was let in. Then we see footage of a woman called Samira. Now, she's part of the Socialist Workers' Party, and she's getting taken out of the conference. My girl's probably like, give me my scarf. I want my scarf. They're like, no, security, yella, bye her. But if I'm honest, my sympathy is very limited because Socialist Workers' Party and Stand Up to Racism, they won't declare themselves as anti-Zionist. In fact, they will allow Zionists to attend their protests and their marches. There's more that we need to talk about in regards to Stand Up to Racism and SWP. But just as a quick summary, there's a lot of sinister stuff in their past, Comrade Delta, this lack of transparency on Zionism, all of that, okay? So anyway, I'm no fans, but I'm really confused. Because then Zara Sultana turned up today, but she didn't go to the conference. She boycotted it. She came outside and she said, oh, this is a witch hunt. They're not letting socialists in. I need some chai. Woo! They're not... Oh, look. You are fierce. They're not letting the socialists in. This is not right. I demand this, I demand that. But then I'm like, wait, how are you fighting for a group that work with Zionists when you're anti-Zionist? Anyway, then on top of that, you've got... Do you remember there was the Independent Alliance? Well, Zara's saying that she wasn't included in any of the planning for today's conference because she's been frozen out. Remember that whole boys club thing, and you had the independent MPs who are mostly Muslim men. Anyway, they're like, no, we didn't freeze her out. She froze herself out when she talked about the boys club. But then what happened with the boys club? Because she went back to Jeremy. But then two of the Muslim male members have now quit your party, but a third one is making statements to say that your party is really inclusive and good for Muslims and they should all come along. The members of your party, some of the independent MPs that left, they said some of the stuff that was going on wasn't compatible with their Islamic beliefs. And now the Zionists and the right are picking up on that. They're saying that Muslims and the left are not compatible. What you need to understand is that you don't have to agree on everything to be anti-genocide. There's people in this movement that I agree with completely. There's people that I don't. Now, we don't all have to have the same viewpoint on everything to say genocide bad, Israel bad, it's an occupying power. And yes, there are going to be problems. And I think it's something that needs to be discussed because on the left, we do have some people that are drawing these lines that say you have to agree 100% with this. This is a red line. If you don't agree and you don't want to do this, you're out. You're out. You're not part of us. Now, at the same time, there's a lot of Muslims that are like, this is my religion. This is what I believe. But I will in no way persecute you or treat you badly. I will, we can be friends. We can fight together, but just understand that my viewpoints are different from yours. It's no different than when I speak to my atheist friends that don't believe in religion in any which way or form. And they're like, huh, religion. But they respect the fact that I am a Muslim. They don't have to believe in it. They don't have to support it. They just have to respect it and not cause me any harm and leave me to my own devices. And so there is this issue that's bubbling around at the moment. And I do feel that the far right and the Zionists are taking advantage of that. That's why you've got people like Piers Morgan, Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes, and all those people suddenly chiming in. Be careful. Understand that this whole movement is at a crossroads where normalization can occur, collaboration can occur, infiltration can occur, whitewashing can occur. And to be honest, I feel like your party has been a great example to all of us on lessons that we can learn on how to do better as a unified community that is anti-genocide, anti-austerity for the people. And like I said, I have to agree on everything, but we have to respect each other, treat each other with kindness and not with violence or aggression. So I don't know. It's all really complicated. And again, it just makes me say, I really cannot deal with your party anymore. Like, there is nothing that your party could say or do to make me turn around and change my mind. So whether it's Jeremy Corbyn or Zara Sultana, I'm not impressed. It's not complicated. They want you to believe that politics is complicated. It's simple. And right now, they're all squabbling.